So you want to know about a WordPress website again, right?
Sir, website WordPress में वो wix.com.
Uh, what's in a Wix.com?
Sir, that content creation.
Blog.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So okay. So write a to write a blog on a Wix.com, you need to go to the website, and when you go to the website, you have to click on the blog section on the dashboard part, and on the dashboard part you can click on the blog section, then click on the edit or publish section, and you can find out all the blogs there. This is the blog section on the dashboard part. You will click here, either click on publish or draft like this, and you can create a new blog from here on the wix.com.
Okay, okay.
And from here create my post like this. You can start writing a blog. The headline will be there, then this is a
Okay.
paragraph, or
Done, sir.
anything you want to add you can add from here.
Okay, done, sir.
Or if you want to do SEO, you can do SEO of your blog from here, whether it's a title tag, meta description, or page URL. You can do it from this section, from this part, or when you click on here. Clear?
Yes, yes, sir. Clear, clear.
Okay. Also, I gave you access of a WordPress website too. So also write your content on a WordPress. Today I will show you one more thing about the blogging part on a wix.com first. I will show you practically how you can do SEO of your blog you have write on a wix.com, the on-page SEO of your blog. So we will pick a blog which we have published or we have write on a wix.com, and we will start doing the SEO of that blog.
Okay, sir.
So let's say we pick this blog, top 4 reasons to study digital marketing. Click here on edit section like this. So this is the blog we have wrote down on wix.com, and our headline is this. And we have did a research, a keyword research on Answer the Public or Google Keyword My Planner or Uber Suggest in SEM Rush, and we find out this is the keyword which is most popular. Lots of people are searching about it, why they want to study digital marketing. So we created a headline on that focus keyword. So this is our keyword. Let's start with this: 4 reasons to study digital marketing, and this is a headline with a focus keyword included in the headline part. So this is the first element of your on-page SEO, that is headline. The headline you are writing, or header, we also call it header or headline or H1 heading of your blog with a focus keyword, either one keyword or maximum 2 keyword on your heading part. So this is your headline or heading of your blog, the first on-page SEO element. Now, after that, the second on-page element was high quality page content. And the high quality page content consists lot of things. It consists incorporating long and short tail keywords. It also include adding lots of visual content to your blogs to make it visually appealing and interesting to your readers. It also include answering the question of a searcher. It also include creating CTA button. So these are a lot of things you have to do on your high quality page content. But that means the blog or article you are writing, you have to write it for your audience. What kind of answer they are looking, and you have to use the short tail and the long tail keyword related to your focus keyword in your site content or on your blog. So first thing, this is the paragraph we have, and we are using the related keyword, and the keywords are digital marketing and 4 reasons to study digital marketing. So these are our keywords. So let's say this is our paragraph part, and this is our first paragraph. So whenever you are writing paragraphs, always remember that you have to write short paragraphs. You can't write a paragraph of around 7 to 8 line long. No, it will not give you a high numbers of readers or visitors on your website. You have to write a short paragraph, maximum 3 to 4 lines, and every line or every sentence not more than 20 or 25 words. That two things you have to always remember. Write short paragraph and write short sentences, and use short tail and long tail keywords in your site content. So this is my short tail keyword digital marketing. If I want, I can also make it bold like this. So here you can read my paragraph which I write about on digital marketing. Digital marketing refers to advertising delivered through digital channels such as search engine, website, social media, email, mobile apps. Using these online media channel, digital marketing is a method by the company endorse goods, services, and brands, and consumer heavily rely on digital means to research products. So this is one paragraph. After that, I am creating another paragraph. So now this blog is wrote by one of our students. So I'm doing the on-page SEO of that blog. So you can see she wrote a paragraph of around 7 to 8 lines here. So what I'm doing here is I am again making it short. I am converting it into a 2 or 3 short paragraphs. Like let's say I can break the paragraph like this. So now earlier it was only one paragraph with 10 to 12 lines. Now I have 4 paragraphs, and paragraphs have maximum 3 to 4 lines. So that's how you can break your long paragraph into a short paragraph and use short tail keywords. And our short tail keywords are digital marketing or benefit of digital marketing. These kind of these are our short tail keywords. If you want to add long tail keywords, you can also add long tail keywords into your website content or blog too. Now this is the headline or heading or H1. Now come to the subheading part. So after every paragraph, we create subheadings to make our content interesting to readers. So these headings are H2 heading or H3 heading. So we also call them subheadings. So earlier, the person who wrote this blog, what she did something like that. She created a heading like this, and so you don't do this. When you are creating a subheading, you will create a subheading with a H2 heading like this. Copy this paragraph here and click here from H2 heading. Every subheading you are creating should be H2 or H3 or H4 or H5. You can't go with the paragraph part like this. If you want to make it bold, you can also make it bold from this section like this. It's up to you. You want to make it bold or not, but you have to make it H2 heading. Now this is the one image she added as a featured image, and after every paragraph or subheading, she adding another image. So why? Because as we are creating high quality content, images or video make our blogs more engaging and more interesting. So we have to add these kind of visual treats to our blogs. So readers keep interested in reading our blogs and articles. So when we are adding these images to our high quality content, so we need to add a image alternative text to the images so Google can read those images. For this is the example, this is the one image. So you will click on this image like this, and you will click on the setting part. And when you click on the setting part, you will type the image alternative text of your image here like this. 5 reasons to learn digital marketing. So these like of things you can type here as a alternative text. So when someone types these keywords, your image will appear on search engine. You can also write a caption to any image. Caption will appear on the bottom part. Like if I want to use same alternative text as a caption, I will copy it and I will paste it here like this and click here on done. So now it will appear as a caption part 2 and image alternative text part 2. So same thing you will do with the every image you are uploading here. You will add the image alternative text and caption to that image. Again, if you click on the image part, you can resize the image for your blog, whether you want to go with this image like that big, or you want to go with this big image or this big image or maybe this big image. It's up to you which image you want to go. Let's say I want to go with this image size. Then again I will do the same thing. I will click here on setting and mention the alternative text like digital marketing, something like that. So every image should have an alternative text. Then same thing again. After this paragraph, I will create another subheading, and that subheading will also be in H2. It can't be on H1 or it can't be on a paragraph text. So it should be on H2 heading. Then this image, I will use the same size image. So I will go with this one like this again. Again, I will type here the image alternative text like this, and I will type here, let's say I will type the same heading either creativity as a alternative text like this. And same thing after this paragraph, I will write another subheading which is H3 heading, H2 heading, sorry. Then the image, I will choose the right proper size. Then I will go to the setting part again and I will type here again the same thing like this, digital marketing. So the image you are typing here, you will use the alternative text to that image which is related to the image like this. And the last heading of your paragraph or your blog or subheading of your blog, again H2 heading. You can also use H3 heading if you want to. Like from here, this section you can use H3 heading too. Then again you will resize the image from here, and again you will add a alternative text onto this part like this. You can do from here like digital marketing program like this. Then this is the conclusion part, or this is the paragraph part of the fourth paragraph. We are writing more scope of growth like this. Hello Harsh. So this is the blog we are writing and doing a on-page SEO. So till now, we know that on-page SEO were around 7 to 8 elements, which are main elements. And how many elements we have covered in this blog? Number 1, heading. Number 2, high quality page content by using short tail and long tail keywords in our blog, adding images to create high quality content, and stuffing keywords on paragraphs and subheadings. So this is the two elements we have covered, headline and high quality page content. And the third element was image alternative text. We added image alternative text to every single image by clicking on the setting part from this section. So now we have covered three elements of on-page SEO. Now come to the fourth element of on-page SEO, which is creating internal links. That means connecting one blog of your website to another blog of your website, or connecting one page of your website to another page of your website. And how you will do that? Like, for example, this is the digital marketing word. So I will choose digital marketing like this from here, and I will click on the link part from here like this. And either I can choose a web address or I can choose a section like this. In section part, I can create an internal link on a same blog. Let's say I want to connect first paragraph to the third paragraph, or web address may you can connect it to a different page of your website. Like I want to connect my home page with this blog. So www.consulate.com, this is our domain name, a home page. I type it here and I will click here save. So now what happened? I created a internal link for my blog by connecting my home page to my post page. Let's say I want to connect another, or I want to create another internal link for my website. So what I can do, let's say uh, map your own career. So I want to choose this one, or maybe let's say I want to choose uh, social media manager. So I will choose this keyword. I will click here on the link part and I will type the domain name here. Sorry, type the URL of that page I want to connect. And I'm creating an internal link. So the URL should be my this website page. So I will type here www.hexaconsultants.com/ I can type here like internships. So this is a one page we have on this website, internship page. So I am connecting this blog to our internship page where they can apply for the social media market manager vacancies. So that's how you can create a lots of internal link on your website, whether connecting your blog to a website page or connecting two separate blogs with each other like Wikipedia used to do. Now, how many elements we have covered? We have covered the number one element, which is headline. Number two element, high page quality content. Number three element, image alternative text. And number fourth element, which is social media manager. So now we are doing an on-page SEO of this blog. Until now, we have covered four elements. Now, how many elements we have left right now? We have left around four more elements. And those four more elements are page URL, title tag, meta description, and mobile responsiveness. Is your website or blog in mobile friendly or not? So the starting four elements we have covered. You can work on those elements from the blog section. The rest four elements, which are title tag, URL, meta description, and mobile friendliness, for that you have to click on this SEO part or this lens icon. Click here like this. A column will open on the left hand side of your blog page like this, and you can see here this is the URL. Let me delete it because we want to write it again. Let me delete this URL from here. Let me delete this SEO description from here so we can do it again. And let me delete the SEO title also from here like this. So the other three element we are creating: page URL slug, SEO title, and SEO description, which is also we call a meta description. So when we are doing that, let me delete it first. Okay. First thing first, the page URL. So when we are learning about the page URL, so one thing I have mentioned you that you have to add one keyword in your page URL too. Also, you can't create a 10 to 15 words long page URL. Also, you can't create a URL which does not make sense. That means using alphanumerical numbers together. So you have to create a page URL with a keyword, a focus keyword, also a short. So what we will do, we will choose the headline as a part of our page URL, and let's say for and hyphen regions hyphen to hyphen study hyphen digital hyphen marketing. So you can see here, I using a headline as a page URL. You can use a different page URL too if you want to, but remember that should make sense. It's now making a sense. After reading the URL, anyone can find out that what's this blog is about, whether it's a human being or a search engine like a Google. Also, when you are writing writing a page URL, you will separate two words with a hyphen. You will not use a space or any other alphanumerical number in the page URL. You will uh, separate two words with the help of hyphen like this. So now this is our page URL almost ready. Now come to the SEO title part. SEO title or title tag or page title are the same thing. Okay, so now we are writing a SEO title for Google, Yahoo or Bing, and that SEO title will appear on search engine pages in a blue font below the page URL. And when we are learning about the on-page SEO part, we have learned few things about creating a SEO title. Number one thing was the length or the characters of SEO title. It can't be more than 70 characters. So you have to write a SEO title within a limit of 70 characters. Second point was you will use one or maximum two keywords on your SEO title. Also, you will not unnecessarily stuff keywords on your SEO title. The third point was you will not use all capital words. And the fourth one was you will not use unnecessary symbols on your SEO title. Keeping all those points in mind, we will create this SEO title. And we are creating the SEO title by focusing on the keyword we are creating, and our keyword is digital marketing. So in SEO title we can directly use this headline, or but this headline have not 70 characters, so we can write more, something like that, for regions to study digital marketing. And here in this part, using this hyphen or separator, you can use another keyword on your SEO title, whether it's your category or your brand name. So our brand name is EXA Consultants. So now what I am doing is I am using one keyword as my brand keyword and another keyword which is digital marketing or the headline on my SEO title. And still I have around 16 characters left because I have a limit of 70 characters. So I can add few more things here, like for region to study digital marketing and on your career, something like that. But right now it's have around max 5 more characters. So I will remove few things. If I want to, I can do. So that's how you will create a SEO title for your blog within limit of 70 characters and targeting one or two keywords on your SEO title, and one keyword should be your brand name. because brand visibility is also important because Google prefer big brands. So this is our SEO title, 4 reasons to create a digital, 4 reasons to study digital marketing. And then we are using one brand keyword like this. Now, this is our SEO title. After the SEO title, now we have completed 2 elements, page URL and SEO title. How many elements we have covered till now? 6. Now come to the 7 element. And 7th element is, which is second last element, is SEO description. Also a meta description. So here you have to write your SEO description about your blog. What is this blog all about? And when we are writing SEO description, so we have to remember that Google allow only 220 characters on desktop devices and 120 characters on mobile devices. So we have to write a short description about this blog on our meta description or SEO description part. And as we have around 120 to 220 character limit here, so we can use more than 2 keywords here. We can use at least 3 to 4 keywords in our SEO description. And when we are creating a SEO description, so we will try to create 2 sentences, not one, because one sentence which have around 220 characters is not good enough as compared to 2 sentences around 120 characters each. So we will try to write it like this: learn why learn sorry 4 reasons to study digital marketing and the benefits of learning digital marketing in 2020. So now what I am doing, I created a one sentence of around 98 characters, and still I have around 10 to 20 words left for mobile optimization, because in mobile SEO part the limit is 120 characters. So I can add extra 1 or 2 words here or extra 1 or 2 keywords here too. But I will not do that because then I need to create a separate sentences. So now I will write another sentence on the SEO description part, because in desktop devices it allows 220 characters. So if Google cropped out last 100 characters from the mobile optimization part on the on-page SEO, what will happen? The first sentence will be clearly visible on mobile devices because I have finished the sentence here. So, and I can type here like what are the other headlines I'm using here, subheadings: career, creativity, growth, flexibility. So I can use type here the importance of digital marketing and the reasons you should start planning your career in digital marketing. So I completed my 220 characters limit here, and I have created 2 sentences here. For mobile devices, they will show starting 120 characters till here, or maybe from the importance till here. And for desktop devices, they will show whole description because it's within a 220 characters limit. And I am using lots of keywords here. And my main focus keyword is digital marketing or 4 region of state digital marketing. And I'm also using long tail keywords here on the SEO description, like the importance of digital marketing, why career in digital marketing, these kind of also I'm using in SEO description part. So now the all three elements of your blog is almost completed, the on-page element in the SEO setting part. So now 4 element we have covered in the content part. 3 element we covered here on the SEO page setting part, which are page URL, SEO title, and SEO description. And what are the things we did on both those parts? We created high quality content with the help of images, subheadings, incorporating long and short tail keywords in the paragraphs or subheadings or headers. Then we have created a headline with H1 heading with our focus keyword. Then we created a image alternative text to every single image we uploaded. Then we created a internal linking and connect our website blog page to our website pages. Then we go to the SEO setting part. We went to the SEO setting part and created a page URL with a focus keyword. Then we work on the SEO title, and we also call the page title or title tag, and targeted 2 keywords, one focus keyword and the other keyword is our brand keyword. Then the last one was the SEO description part, where we write 2 sentences with a limit of 210 characters and targeted short and long tail keywords, one focus keyword and 2 to 3 related long tail keywords. Now our job is almost done. Our 7 elements are completed, and you can find out that's how your blog will appear. This will be the headline of your blog when someone search you. Sorry, this will be the page URL, the black one. This will be the headline in the blue one on search engine, and this will be the meta description or SEO description appear on a Google, or if someone share the URL on social media, the description will also appear as a caption. This headline will appear as a headline on social media post. So that's how you can do a on-page SEO of your website. Now we have left one last thing of the on-page SEO element, which is how your blog will appear. Is your blog is mobile friendly or not? The last element of on-page SEO was mobile responsiveness. To check that that your blog page is mobile responsive or your post is mobile responsive, you can directly go to the preview section like this, and the preview of your blog will appear here. So this is the blog. We have right on 4 reason to study digital marketing. This is the name of the author. Then our feature image and our paragraphs, a short paragraph, our subheadings, our images, and you can see here the blog we have created. And you can also find out that these are the internal links we have created. So that's how your website and blog will appear on desktop devices. To find out how it will appear on mobile devices, we will click here and type Google mobile friendly test like this, and we can click here and type the URL of our blog page. So what is the URL of our blog page? I will copy from here the URL of the blog page. Let me give 1 second. Let me copy it. And let's check here how it will appear. It will take a few seconds and they will show how this blog will appear. Okay, the URL must be wrong. Let me do one thing. Let me publish this blog first and then I will share the URL with you. Copy, and now we will paste the URL again here and find out that this mobile blog, the blog we are creating is mobile friendly or not. It will analyze the blog again, and you can see this is the page URL: 4 reasons to study digital marketing. And you can see page is mobile friendly, and that's how this blog will appear. So that's how you will work on the on-page element of your website on a Wix.com or when you are writing a blog. So any question, any doubt you guys have?
No, sir. Clear.
Clear? What about you, Harsh?
Sir, I think ours is not there.
Harsh left the meeting. Okay, okay. He was there in few minutes. Okay, okay. Okay, no problem. So Umang, that's how we will do the off-page SEO on a Wix.com, and that was a blog wrote by one of our students, and I did a on-page SEO of that blog and made some minor changes on that blog part, and I have published that. So I
Okay,
think
sir.
now you can write a blog and you can create a or you can do an on-page SEO of your blog, right?
Yes, sir. I also sent today my blog.